Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to kind of combine a couple of things. I'm going to do my June reset, and it's going to be more of a casual reset than a sit down reset, just kind of vlog style. I've also got a small yard sale haul to show you, and then I'm just kind of going to do a daily vlog. It's been a really long time since I've just done a vlog, and I feel like we need that. So let me take you along and I'll show you what we've got going on today. Good morning. I'm going to help a friend move today, and I said, could it be helpful if I brought a snack tray? So I don't have one of those really nice refrigerated, compartmentalized things that has like an ice tray in it, but I thought, you know what, I'll just use what I have. So this is a lunchbox type of thing that I got from a yard sale that has individual components, and they aren't leak proof, but I thought this would work really well for my little finger snacks. So I have cherries, grapes, 2 types of peppers, and then I have pepperoni, salami, and cheese. And then I've got some chips. I don't have hummus, but I just mixed up some sour cream and a bit of a ranch packet. And then I had some chocolate chip cookies that I made last week, so I put a few of those in there and some peanut butter crackers. Moving can be a process and it can be tiring, so I thought if we have some snacks, that will give us some energy to get through the afternoon, and it'll keep us from spending money trying to get something out. Let me show you the reality of the rest of the kitchen and what it looks like. This is the reality of the rest of the situation. So let me walk you through. I'll kind of show you the mess that we have, and we've got less than an hour to deal with it all. So these are the things that just need to go back in the fridge. This is a random safety pin from my dress that I wore to a wedding yesterday. I need to put that away. I need to refill the eggs in the fridge, and actually I have a bunch of cucumbers right here because I'm gonna make pickles, and one of them has already gone bad. I had to throw it away this morning, so I've got to make those pickles before we leave because I don't want to waste my cucumbers. So I'll put these things back up. This was all the stuff I used to make snack tray, and then also here, stuff to make snack tray. The dishwasher needs to be unloaded and reloaded. I've got a couple of bananas that I'm going to be using for an upcoming video, and then a couple for banana bread, and then a couple that maybe have just gone too far at this point and need to be thrown out. And then this is the pile of laundry that needs to be spot treated. Oh, there's just a lot of it. This has been on my to-do list for like a solid 4 days, and it keeps getting pushed. So maybe I'll actually get to address it today. I don't know. It's actually been a really good morning so far. We got up and I got my YouTube video uploaded for today, and let's see, I read a little bit in my book. I did yoga and I got dressed, and then we had breakfast and devotion. I've got a load of laundry in the dryer, and then you remember those patio cushions that I told you about in my like part 2 patio update video? Well, I put 2 sets of them on the chairs and left them out, and it poured last night. So, I don't plan for that to be the norm, but it just kind of happened. So today, I need to address that before they become a problem. So the back ones don't have removable covers, and the seats actually do. So I put the back ones in the washing machine just on a rinse cycle with some vinegar, and I'm gonna spin them a second time to get any extra water out, and then I'm just gonna lay them in the sun. As far as the other ones, I'll take the covers off and remove those. Before I do that, I'll probably do a rinse with the cushions and spin those as well to get extra water out of the foam, and then lay those out in the sun while I wash the cushion covers. It's definitely one of those mornings where I feel like I could use a couple of hours to get home things done, but I don't have that amount of time. So right now what I have to do is just push the spot treat pile. Again, that'll probably be this afternoon. I've got to get the pickles done, I've got to get the cushions done, and then just tidy up in here. So that's what we're gonna do. Andy, have you made your bed?
It's not me and Ava on the plate.
Okay, hey, you haven't gotten dressed yet.
All I have to do is brush my teeth. What time is it?
We got about 30 minutes. Okay, it's 10:47.
I don't know. I'm Pokemon phone. I can't remember. I used to have it. For a second, I thought. The second this way, I thought it was a
big curtains by the door.
I will tell you that unwrapping English cucumbers has to be such a difficult task. I don't know why it is so difficult. But anyway, these pickles are ones that I had at a fish fry at my parents' house, and someone had brought them, and I asked my mom to please get the recipe from this lady, and so she did, and they are so delicious. But I will say the sugar content is quite high, or at least it feels high to me. I've never made pickles before, and these are just a refrigerator pickle, so you just put the ingredients in, and that's pretty much it. So I sliced up the cucumbers, and I'm going to put the recipe in the description below, but what I made was half. So I will just simply copy and paste what she said she does, but just know that the amount that you see here is where she says she sort of halved the recipe. So that's what I chose to do. But the only ingredients are pickles and onions, and then you do white vinegar and sugar. Again, quite a bit of sugar and salt. I would love to know down in the comments if you have made refrigerator pickles before and if you have found that the sugar content is high. Again, these are delicious, but I might want to try to find one that's not quite as high in sugar content. We have since used these on chicken sandwiches and just by themselves on burger sliders, and they have been delicious. It is late. Kids are in bed. Well, I should say one kid is in bed and one is up with Brandon, trying to get wound down. Helping my friend unpack today went so well, and I was so thankful that I brought snacks. It was much appreciated by everybody, and I think a good mantra or motto for any time you're going to be doing something for an extended period of time is just expect that somebody is going to be hungry and, plan accordingly. So we worked for a couple of hours, and then we all stopped and had the snacks, and I was so grateful that we had them. And then we worked a little bit longer, and we got pretty much the whole kitchen unpacked, and that was really good. As far as a reset for June, May was just so much. We had end of school things for both kids. We had Mother's Day. We had a graduation party. I had a baby shower that I couldn't attend, but we sent things for that, even though we couldn't be there. I feel like I'm forgetting things, but May was just so much. It was a lot of good, but it was just a lot. It was very busy, and we finished up the school year and kind of began summer break. So as far as things that I listened to or things that I read, I'm still reading The Nightingale, and I'm really enjoying it. So I should be finishing that up in the next few days, hopefully, and then sending that back to the library and choosing something else. So yeah, not really any updates there. Also, as far as listening, not really anything big there. Oh, one that I will say is I listened to a podcast from Nancy Ray. I've mentioned her before. Her podcast is called Work and Play with Nancy Ray, and she was talking about the Abraham Lincoln quote that says, if you give me, what is it? I can't remember the whole quote, but it's like, if you give me a certain amount of time to chop down a tree, I'll spend the first period of time sharpening the axe. And she had asked people for different ways to kind of apply that to motherhood. And it's a very practical podcast.
and she just went through and listed every single recommendation that she had gotten, every single reply that she had gotten, and they were really good. So I actually want to go back and listen to it a second time, but it was very good. So that's Work and Play with Nancy Ray. That's really the only one. I know I've listened to other ones, but that's really the only one that I can remember and call to mind at the moment. The other thing that I did want to mention is we've started officially budgeting again. I had mentioned that last month, I believe. And I knew that as we started budgeting, we were going to start to discover things, you know, see areas where we hadn't budgeted enough in categories, or maybe we had allocated too much in certain categories, or maybe there were things that we didn't realize, maybe habits or patterns that were there that we just weren't aware of. And so one of those was that our grocery category was really suffering because of little trips to Walmart. So you guys know, if you've been around for a while, that I take 2 trips to Aldi every month. And I usually try to make those between $175 and $200. And then that's like our 2-week trip. And then we supplement those with a trip to Walmart or 2. Well, it's supposed to be like a trip or 2. And some of the causes for the things in May were, you know, end of year kind of things or Mother's Day things. But what I ended up realizing was that little Walmart trips that were $30 here, $40 here, $60 here, $75 there, those added up to more than my Aldi trip would. So one Aldi trip I would make, you know, I'd spend maybe $185, and we were spending more than that for the 2 weeks at Walmart. So I just wanted to share with you what I have done. Maybe if you are budgeting with your spouse, that this would be useful to you, or even if you're just budgeting and it's just you on your own. So I went through in my notes app and I created a checklist. If you're not familiar with how to do this, you can go to the bottom and you can just tap that little button that looks like a circle, and it will create a checklist. What I did was I went through according to categories, and we go to the same Walmart, so I went through in the order in which you would get to the items. You know, I tried to make it make sense. I grouped all the produce together, all the cosmetics together, anything, you know, soaps or shampoos, and then I went on from there to other areas of the store. And once I got everything the way that I wanted, I shared this note with Brandon, and we will edit it every month, and then it will say at the top, trip number 1 of June to Walmart. And all we have to do is go through and check the things that are on the phone. Now, I did notice I had to go in my settings and turn off where it moves your checked item to the bottom, because then it messes up my organization system, and I didn't like that. So you can actually turn that off to where if I've checked that I want bananas or whatever it is, it will stay with the produce versus going down to the bottom of the list. But it's nice because I can check those things off, and then Brandon doesn't have to say, hey, email me the grocery list or text me the grocery list, or I didn't pick it up from the counter. You know, it's in that shared note, and he can see exactly what I've tapped. So what we're trying to do this month is 2 trips to Walmart. So just like I do 2 trips to Aldi, we're trying to do 2 trips to Walmart. And the idea is you check the things off on the list, and you know, that's pretty much it. So this is our first time trying it out, but we have done our first Walmart trip, and logistically it seems like it's going to work really well. I'm very curious to see the budget at the end of the month, to see if spending wise we did better as far as how much we spent at Walmart. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I thought somebody might find it helpful. I don't know, I feel like that's really pretty much it. I have lots of summer videos that I'm sharing and fun content with that coming in June and July. And yeah, I this isn't a very fun and eventful reset. We're just trying to establish some rhythms for summer. I've seen several different people that I follow share kind of what their family is doing for the summer and how they're kind of maintaining some structure while still kind of having that light summer rhythm. So I've kind of pulled a few things here and there from different things I've seen online, but I don't really have like a concrete what we're doing, that loose structure yet. But we do have a few things that we have implemented, and it's going pretty well overall.
All right, so before I sign off here, I'm going to show you the couple of things that I got. I went to a yard sale on Saturday. It was a community sale, and I'll just show you the few things I got. All right, so here's an overview of what I got at the yard sale. I want to go through and tell you a little more specifically what I got and how much I paid. At my first stop, they had an adult coloring book, and I didn't really need that, but we could always use more colored pencils. And then these are like the large crayons, and we don't have any of those, and they pretty much look unused. So I debated whether to say, would you take, and then name a price, or if I should just say, how much do you want for these? And I ended up just going with that, and she said, oh, just take them. I said, are you sure? And she said, yes, I'm not here to make money. She said, I'm just trying to get rid of things. So I got these two things for free. After that, the next place that I went had this pack of Spritz brand blank note cards and envelopes. So there's really all different colors of the rainbow in here. They had that priced at $5. And then I also found this set of headphones. The kids each have a set for when we go on longer car rides, road trips, that kind of thing, for their DVD players. And one of our sets is falling apart. So I asked if these work. They said yes. You know, their kid had just kind of outgrown them or moved on to one they liked better. So I asked if they would take 5 for both, and they said yes. So I didn't think that was too bad for all of these note cards and envelopes, and then a nice pair of headphones. Cards is something that I really hate to spend, you know, $5 a pop on, because I just feel like a lot of times they get thrown away or they get misplaced, and I feel like, you know, these you can kind of decorate them on your own, and they can still be just as personal. All right, this stop cost me $1. She was getting toward the end of the day and she was ready to get rid of stuff. I'm gonna take this to decorate at church. I'll put it in a bathroom or on a little table somewhere. It was $1. And then I saw these two books. They're by Emily Lay. And honestly, I didn't even know that she had written books. I have used her planners the past couple years and absolutely love them. But I mentioned that to the woman running the yard sale, and she said, oh, just take them. I said, are you sure? And she said, yes. So this one is When Less Becomes More, and this one is Grace, Not Perfection. So if anybody's read those, you'll have to let me know. Like I said, I love her planners, but can't speak to the books because I don't know. This was a fun stop. So I saw in a box that there were several little things that looked interesting, and she said you can fill a bag for $5. So actually 2 of the items are not here, and I will put a picture of them here. We got 2 of those little poppy things, those pop-it things. So for my daughter, I got one in the shape of a seahorse, and for my son, I got one in the shape of Pikachu. And then these were my other finds. So I got my daughter a bingo ball, and actually I was doing a bar workout this week, like a bar Pilates workout, and it called for a Pilates ball, and I thought, you know, I could kind of use this as a Pilates ball. A couple of yard sales ago, I got them an over-the-door basketball hoop for their bedroom, but I didn't have a ball for it, so this was in there. I got that for them. I've been wanting my son to start experimenting with solving a Rubik's Cube, so I got that. We used to have a wooden top that we got at a shop at the beach years ago, and it broke. So I got this. I think that wooden tops are so fun. It's really fun, and we used to put it on things and do little, you know, tricks and see if we could make it balance on top of a box and different things. So got that. And then the last thing is one of those little fun, like Velcro little ball and paddle sets, and the kids have already been playing with this and loving it. All right, and the last stop was another $5 stop. There were a lot of $5 stops on this trip. So I ended up finding these Unifix cubes. I've wanted something like this for homeschooling, either cubes or those little counting bears. So this is like a new in the package pack of these stacking cubes, and then it came with a book on how to do, you know, hands-on math, and this is actually for grade 1, but of course, you know, I can adapt these for meeting my kids wherever they are. I got those 2 things, and then
I thought this was really cute. This is a Usborne, or is it Usborne? Usborne. I got this book. It's 1001 Things to Spot in the Sea. And I thought this would be really fun to just put back and save for our trip to the beach this summer. So, of course, it's got all the little pages, and then it's got, you know, can you find each of these things? This will also be really good for Andy because as we're working on learning our numbers and then applying those numbers so she can actually count, finding 5 jars and 8 gold coins. She may not be able to read the words, but she can at least see the numbers. So those 3 items were $5. So if you're keeping track, everything you see here plus those 2 little poppets that are out in the car cost $16. All right, you guys, well, that is it for this video. I am going to wind down and read my book a little bit before I go to bed. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this June reset and yard sale haul and just day in the life with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.